Yeah.
Beautiful. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Emotion Podcast. And it's a nice Monday, breezy Monday. Cold. All right. Yeah, no, I felt cold too. Yeah.
It's not a nice Monday. It's 32 degrees outside.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's winter, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad outside. So we're here on a Monday, December 8th, and we have actually two guests here with us today over in Belford Brewery. In Belford, by the way. So we got my good friend here, Kevin and Al. One's a chef and one's a brewery owner. Working hand in hand, guys. You know, build a community, make it good. So, gentlemen, is there anything you'd like to talk about yourself for an opening? For a little opening over here. Start with you, good sir.
Putting me on the spot here. What I want to talk about.
All right. Yes. So we are going to be just ask a couple questions about business. You know, what the hardships about your business, the trials and errors that you face. Trying to get business in from the start up. So I guess the first question I got for you guys is, well, we're gonna start with you, Al.
Okay.
Yes, we're gonna start with you. So, what made you want to open a brewery?
I've been doing this since I was, 16 years old, home brewing. I always loved beer brewing. It's all I've really done. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm holding one in my hand. You can't be you have a nice bar that everyone knows each other's. It's like Cheers. You have a bar, everyone knows your name. You go there, you're on a friendly manner. And it's no matter how bad, your day could suck so bad. And you just want to you go home, you're upset. You go to the bar and everyone knows your name. You have a nice beer and good conversation with friends. And instantly your day's better. I like the fact that when people get off work, they're I'm going to come to the brewery and I'm going to have a beer and it's going to be a good time with good people. That's really all it is.
Oh, man,
Your new nickname is Woody.
Yeah, Woody. Great show. I loved it. You can tell I really like Cheers.
No, every time I come in here, it's there's always I've always noticed there's always a good vibe. It's not and it's just some seconds walking in, and I gotta tell you, the vibe that comes around and the people that I've met, it's been good, man.
They're all friendly. Everyone knows each other. It's a small local town. It's not anything crazy. It's not like New York City where you have
my god,
you have new people coming in all the time. And it's you always give them a really friendly environment. But the thing about everyone here opens up. I met Kevin here one day, and now we're really good buddies.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's great.
How long have you guys known each other? Actually, that's actually the question of mine.
We were just talking about this.
Yeah, we were.
Okay,
actually,
yes.
yes.
Well, way back we met in fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth grade.
Yeah,
Fourth
we met
grade.
in fourth grade, and we had this really cute teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She was hot. She
Oh,
was hot.
yeah.
Okay, no.
And
Yeah,
I mean, we both we were a little young, but we each wanted to date her,
Mm-hmm.
and she
turned me down. It was
well,
We can help you, right?
well, she wasn't into beards,
yeah, she wasn't into beards.
Oh,
so
That's
I
what sprung
had a
the
little
drinking.
bit, so.
I'm gonna call somebody out. Hey, Willie, how you doing back there? You good?
Doing well.
All right, so he's live. Okay, cool. Make sure he's up to date with us. I don't want to leave him out of the crowd. Can't see you right now, but I just want to make sure he's still around. Got you. All right, so you guys were in fourth grade?
Honestly, I was a regular customer of the old Belford Brewery around the corner.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Kevin and Mike and Marion, and they, for reasons that are not mine to say, they decided to move over here, and then I found out that this good fellow was looking to buy the business, and I had already made a deal with Kevin and Mike to do a charity function at the old place last October. We did a Wagyu beef dinner, and for it was 16 whatever people.
Yeah, I
And,
believe it was 16 people.
Yeah, 16 people plus staff and
Mm-hmm.
Jackie and our buddy here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we first really met, and we've just become buddies ever since.
Yeah.
and looking.
He
Hopefully,
makes a
maybe-
mean oxtail soup. I was living on
Ooh.
it. He had this oxtail soup. I had it in my fridge. Every single night for like a week. He gave me like 2 or 3 containers. I would have soup every day,
Oh,
and I was just like, "This is the best thing ever."
It sets up like Jello.
Forget
The
it.
collagen in it
Oh,
sets
the-
up like
You
Jello.
can see the color. Oh, it was so damn good.
Soups are my thing.
My friend came over and I gave him a nice little bowl of it, and he's like, "Can I take a quart home?" And I'm like, "No."
This is mine and mine alone.
You can have some, but no.
I let Jackie have a little now and then, but that's it.
Exactly. Drip feed it.
Kevin, how long have you been in the chef industry, actually?
I started, back around 1980, and working my way through college. Went to a small liberal arts school back in Wisconsin, and just had my own apartment. And I said, well, I gotta be able to afford this. So started working in restaurants. Started working as a line cook at an old Hilton hotel. And from there, I moved over to a club. When one of the owners of the restaurant in the Hilton took over this club, he asked me to come over work with him, made me his head chef. And then he came to me one night and said, hey, the executive chef over at this resort nearby wants to know if you'd like to come in apprentice.
That's really cool.
And I said, yeah, I work for you. He says, no, Kevin, trust me, you want to apprentice with him. I says, I won't be upset. And so I did that, and I ended up not, I just school, bye-bye. I liked it more than I liked school. So been doing it ever since, virtually every aspect of the restaurant business.
So what would you say, as far as like, what was the biggest, I feel like there's a lot of big challenges when it comes to the restaurant industry, and I've done it myself, but like, what would we say the biggest challenge is as far as keeping the organization of the business? What would be the biggest challenge to face every day?
Daily staff.
Mm.
There's a lot of churn in restaurants. A lot of, they come in, work a few weeks, they're gone, or they don't work out. And you gotta train somebody else up. That takes time and money. And just getting everybody on the same page at the same time, doing the right thing. You gotta get systems into place. Once you get your systems in place and a good kitchen manager, good front of house manager, and they know what they're doing and they care about your business, then that starts to make it a little bit easier. But there's still challenges, your day-to-day challenge. This business is just, you have day-to-day challenges like crazy.
It'll make you
Like,
right.
silly stuff comes up every day. So,
Like birds.
like birds, yes. Oh boy, yeah. Just had somebody, operations manager from Faneuil Hall up in Boston, emailed me asking me to please get a hold of the staff at one of the restaurants there and ask them to please stop feeding the pigeons and seagulls in Quincy Market. That is an email I never ever in my entire life had imagined I would ever see. I mean, that's out of left field. But stuff like that happens in this business. Silly, stupid stuff on a daily basis. You gotta be ready to roll with it.
You have to.
You gotta be able to roll with it, take care of it, and move on.
You gotta be able to improvise and adapt.
Yeah. You gotta just you don't let it shut you down. You don't let it, I'm talking mentally, shut you down and freak out. You just gotta deal with it.
Willie, you got any questions for our friend here? Something tells me that you've done things in the restaurant industry as well.
Yeah, I can definitely put my 2 cents into it. And I definitely agree on the staffing side of things. Some people, I've seen it myself, some people that are just not reliable and they'll just make up the most bizarre excuses as to why they can't show up. And then it's like, okay, all right. And then eventually it comes to a stance where I'm like, all right, we're going to have to let you go. just because
Yeah.
like you can't just keep coming up with like these most ridiculous excuses, and I've heard it time and time again. And just, we need people that are reliable, that are going to show up day in, day out and produce the results that we'd like to have in order for the restaurant to continue to thrive. And it's just, having people that, you can have that have your back and that, is going to go the extra mile. And especially when it comes to the chefs and it comes to, especially I've noticed, I work in fine dining, I work in an Italian restaurant, and just having the people, that show up and they give it their all. And at the end of the day, it's saying like, looking back at the hard work at the end of the night and saying, wow, we did that. We did a great job. Having that teamwork aspect of things, and just, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, is everyone working together as a team. It's not a one person makes it all. It's we all work together as a team.
You
Exactly.
couldn't have said it any better, man. I mean, like we actually, so me and Willie actually met somebody, a vet coordinator earlier today, and she was talking about, it's like, there's no room for excuses, and you don't, the biggest mistake is, well, it could be a mistake or not, having, a friend or family member come on board, because like the biggest thing you have to worry about is like, you don't want to have to think about firing them, but like the business is a business and you got to treat it with just as such. And there's like, so there's different levels on, how to, make sure what gets done, what's organized about it, who's the people that are going to stand by when this business gets done, relying on those people to make sure the right things go in play, because, in the end, this is your work, this is your life area. You got to treat it with such great care. And like I said, and people coming together as a community and really getting good inputs, that's a beautiful thing when people come together and actually make things happen. But
Yeah, it's unfortunately in the restaurant business, I hate to say it, but that doesn't happen as often as I'd like to see it happen. There's so many people in the industry that it's just a job to them.
yeah,
They don't care.
Well, that's
It's
a
just
big
job.
thing. It's a lot of positions, like, your servers, like your line cooks and stuff like that. It's a transition.
Even bartenders.
Yeah, bartenders. Yeah, forget it. Like,
Yeah.
trying to get a bartender for the day.
communication is a very
It's all transitionary. Like, it's not your forever
This
job.
is what I'm doing until I do this.
They're always looking at the door, and they're not. And then, like a lot of people, sometimes they'll put it in their all. Like, I remember being a kid, you work at like ShopRite. You give it your all because you're like, this is what's paying your bills. But you know that 4 years down the line, you don't want to be there anymore. I had staff at my old job, and I was head brewer 5 times. I was sitting there. They wanted to. I always knew, I'm like, this isn't where you're going to be a year, 2 years from now. It's like, just give it your best, learn as much as you can, and you have greener pastures ahead of you. It's really just all it is.
It's not where you're gonna be, but it's where you're at right now.
Exactly. You're here now, make the best of it, and learn as much as you can, and give it 100%. And then with your
Exactly.
next job, give the same effort, you'll be a success.
Exactly. So, with you've been in the beer business all your life.
Yeah,
ever
12 years now.
Yeah, ever since we graduated.
Back in 4th grade.
Yeah, and Miss Gray asks about you every once in a while. But
Tell her I still love her. Jackie, no.
all this time.
Jackie, no, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
But now, I know you've been with 5 Dimes. You've been with Tom's River,
River Horse.
Red River Horse.
Mhm.
Okay. I like River Horse, by the way.
River Horse is good.
Yeah.
They make
I've
good
actually
stuff.
never been.
They acquired Duclaw like 2 years ago.
Nice.
Now it's like Not Your
Yeah.
Fathers and all that, or not your, what is it? Sweet Baby Jesus. Do you remember that?
Yes.
When that was
yes.
a big thing?
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
I've
Sweet
had
Baby
that before.
Jesus.
Ooh.
That was a
I've
big
seen that,
thing.
I know that.
I remember when we were making that. That's crazy.
So now, have any of these been brew pubs though?
No, I worked for one that was like a semi in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
That was a brew pub.
Yeah.
And it's like, brew pubs aren't really a big thing anymore, honestly. You see a few of them,
Yeah.
but
The industry, what I'm getting at is that the whole craft beer industry has taken such a hit
oh yeah,
the
forget it.
last year, 2 years. With
We're in
so
the
many
decline.
people getting gobbled up and just
Mhm.
going out of business, that it's, where do you go? How do you how do you manage this?
Well, everyone, you have to go inside to your tap room. That's your big thing. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, brew pubs and stuff like that, the licensing and all the fees that you have to pay to
Oh, yeah.
uphold a brewery plus maintenance and everything, you're not gonna, if you do a 3-barrel batch, it's crazy with beer brewing. The smaller you get, you're actually paying more for everything. As you would know,
Of
like,
course.
if you do, like, we're a 5-barrel brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And the cost of making a 5-barrel batch of beer isn't crazily different from doing like a 7 or 10.
Right.
But the yield is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone has to focus inside and just look, here's your tap room. This is like, you have to look at your margins, what hits the most.
Mhm.
Right now, like, I went to Bottle Kings a couple days ago because we were looking at like getting a canner and everything. And it's like, you walk through 4 doors before you even get to like
Yeah.
any local breweries. There's so much
I know.
saturation in there
I know.
that why would you even want to be involved in that? That's why you see the successful guys, they're putting the money they would do in outside sales and stuff like that and just giving more attention to their home base, what makes them the most
Right.
return on their investment.
Right. See, what I've seen, 'cause I get the trades, I read the trades constantly.
Mm-hmm.
And what I've seen, what I've noticed is a lot of the breweries, the craft guys that have been going out of business or getting gobbled up by others, they're the ones that are really heavily into retail.
Yep, it's a death sentence right now.
Yeah,
I get a
Yeah.
canner in here, I'm losing $1,500 before I even have cans.
yeah.
Then you have to store it. Then you have to sell it. And another big thing
Another walk-in box.
Yeah,
Mhm.
another walk-in box. Then once I even ship it, like let's say I go to like a Bottle King and I ship out my beer and it goes to Bottle King. That manager, like we were talking about the transitionary phase, like
Mhm.
he doesn't care. He's gonna leave it, let it get
You know,
warm on the
sit yeah.
yeah, it's
let
gonna
it
sit warm. Then he's gonna put it in the cold box. Now if I do like an IPA or something, because it's warm, all that hot flavor is degrading.
Right.
Someone goes and buys that off the shelf.
It's not
That's
what
been
they
sitting. Yeah, it's been sitting there for months.
Yeah.
It's been warm. All the good flavors and aroma are gone.
say. Mhm.
Now their first impression of our brewery is, wow, those guys don't give a crap.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like we've done everything we could. It's just all these steps along the way. Whereas like they walk in through the door, they get met with like, because we're the owners, we do all the bartending, we're always here. They get to meet us and
Right.
see how we interact and like how passionate we are for the product, and that pushes things a little bit.
Yeah, it's, I mean, I believe that like guys like you with the small little brewery
Mhm.
and you're not looking at maybe not becoming the next big thing.
No, you know how much headache
And
that is.
yes, I do.
Too much work.
It's
and
hard.
and it's just it's more personal
Mm-hmm.
and you get the chance to play
Yeah.
more than what if you had a big place, doing retail stuff. You don't have a chance to play with stuff.
No. You have deadlines to meet. You have all these accounts. Then if you don't fulfill your accounts, and they get mad,
They
And-
drop you.
yeah, they drop you. Like all these breweries, they have like hundreds of accounts, and how many active ones? They actually have probably like a quarter of those.
Yeah.
But they have all these accounts, and they're pissed off about something, and now they're not going to take your beer, or even worse, they're going to want you to give them like free merch or something. To make up-
Rebates.
Yeah.
Rebates.
To make up for simple human error that you couldn't foresee anywhere along the lines.
Yep.
Bad service.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like all that headache can be alleviated. Like I love the size that we're at. 5 barrels has always been my dream. I've worked at White Claw making 1,000 barrels,
Right.
and I've worked at places making 10 barrels.
Right.
5 barrels, great. It's just enough where I can put a batch of beer. I got probably a month or two of it on the shelf. Then I make something else to replace it.
Right.
And all of our sales right now, currently, are right in the tap room. So
Yeah.
everyone I meet, I'm their first line of like reference for our beers, so I
Right.
can properly describe it and give them a great impression of what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
doing.
You're the brewmaster.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's in it. You know how it works.
Exactly.
The fermentation, the yeasts you use and all that.
Yeah, you get it. It's like when you cook something, like and it makes it better when like my friend's a chef. He describes to me how it tastes, and it tastes better. Because I'm like, oh, I get what you were going for there. I get that little nuance there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was talking to someone the other day, hint, not you, but
mhm.
about a new batch of haze that they have out. And I tried it And I said, it's similar to your last batch of haze that you did, but this has some kind of residual sweetness to it. I was talking to the brewer,
Yeah.
and he's like, yes, that's what I'm going for. I want this little bit of sweetness at the back end
Mhm.
with it. I'm like, okay, I get it. So he gets to play with this, and you get to play with this kind of stuff
Exactly.
and do these things. I told him, I says, you know, it really needs a little bit more bumping, like an orange sort of note to it. He
Oh.
says, yes.
It's early in the
So-
day, but I took our hazy, and I'm thinking about putting some blood oranges in there.
Okay,
Like just a little bit of blood orange, a little bit of
A little bit-
citrus to complement it.
a little bit of, get a little bit of orangey back note to it.
Because all the hops you use for like a hazy, like it's pretty well known the hops you use. It's
yeah.
all you're going for citrus. You're going for that juicy, resiny, like citrusy flavors, and it's like
Right.
all the things you would get from like a blood orange or an orange.
Yeah. But the thing is, with so many hazes, no one citrus flavor stands out.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's citrus, but you can't say it's lime, it's lemon, it's orange, it's grape. You can't pick out one predominant citrus flavor
No.
out of the haze.
So,
Which-
Al, what's the best thing that's ever when you've done, it seems like you do a lot of experimenting with the beers. So what's the best thing you've ever found in doing your experiments?
I really like this beer, like the Helles Lager right here. I
Mhm.
made it with an actual German brewer who was working with me, and we did all the old German techniques, like we step mashed it, first wort hopping, spunned it. Oh, everything was like authentic to the way that the Germans do it, and it's just. And then it came out, and it's so good.
Lederhosen?
Lederhosen's the whole time. Lederhosen, we had a little hat too. It was great.
Right.
Drink it out of Steins. Oh yeah, forget about it.
Oh my god.
But I love tweaking with like when I go home and I'm done brewing, it's like tweaking. We tweak things.
You like me tweak?
I'm a little bit of a tweaker.
Guys.
You know what? This is
We
why I'm
know
not.
what it means. We know what it means.
You can't take me anywhere. Sorry.
Well, it's all for fun, right? You know.
Man, I mean, like you just sit there with a beer and you're like, this is good, but this could be a little bit better. And then you do it and you're like, ooh, okay. Like, there's so much. Like, I love honey as a back sweetener.
Right.
I really do. I think honey is like, there's so much you can do with it.
There's depth of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just sweet.
No, it's not just sweet. You can do so much with it. I did a saison back sweetener. You can do a stout. Like, you can put it in anything.
Mm-hmm.
But freaking, even the hops, like there's a hop mosaic. I did a beer, one of the first like professional beers I did, it was a mosaic all the way smash ale. So it's like one hop, one malt. And this hop you can add at a 60-minute, a 30-minute, a 15, a 5, and a dry hop. And each one brings out a certain different flavor.
Right.
You know, dry hop, you get a little bit more blueberry.
Mm-hmm.
Your bittering, you get like a little bit like raisin. By the end of it, it was like a very complex beer. And I'm just like, this is 1 grain and 1 hop. That's it. It's awesome.
Good.
So, Willie, what's going on? You kind of freaking out there.
So a question I have for you is, I guess a beer that you have brewed that you didn't expect to maybe come out good, but it actually had the opposite effect. You know, it came out good, but you didn't expect it to have the result that it did.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Some you didn't anticipate.
I did a pale ale one time, and I did it like a New England IPA, where it's like no hops at all, and I'm like, wow, this is gonna it's just gonna be like this really sweet nonsense beer. It actually came out pretty good. I'm like, I gotta say, it's not bad at all. Because like when you add your hops, it gives it a different flavor at the time.
Oh yeah.
You put everything in the whirlpool, you're not getting really any bitterness from it.
Mhm.
But it actually came out pretty balanced.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
there's too much. Like I've done stouts. So I did a Valentine's Day beer, and I thought this was too crazy. I took Cabernet yeast and I made a milk stout, half with a little bit of Cabernet yeast, and then half with a little bit of regular like USO5 yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got a little bit of cherries once it was done fermenting, and I let it condition on a little bit of cherries for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
I thought when I was making this beer, I'm like, this is just like you gotta stop.
Too much going on.
You gotta
Too much
stop.
going on.
Yeah, and it came out awesome. When we carved this beer, it was like a chocolate covered cherry in a beer, and it was a milk stout. And when we carved it, we did it for Valentine's Day. So when we poured the beer, the foam was pink on top of like this
Whoa.
black stout with pink foam,
Nice.
and it was awesome. It sold like hotcakes.
Nice.
Oh,
Well, I know it's coming up in February now.
Well, now
Hey.
Jackie wants to do a rosé pilsner. That's what she wants to do.
So like a reddish, pinkish.
Like a pink beer. She's really into Galentine's Day.
Yeah.
You know.
I can see that. I can
Yeah.
see that from her.
She loves it. Anything brewed.
So now you mentioned milk stout.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the difference in ingredients between a milk stout and a cream stout?
Bit more lactose on the milk stout. That's what makes it. The cream stout, you're just getting you get the cream from the corn and the oats and everything.
Okay.
Milk stout is just pure lactose in there.
Right. Okay.
So
So I was several years back sailing down British Virgin Islands. I had my first cream stout.
Mm.
And I was like, wow. And then I came up here and I couldn't find any cream stouts. I found milk stouts.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why can't I find cream stouts up here?
because no one makes them anymore.
But they're so good. Come on.
More.
Hint.
I'll look into it. Look into it. I have so many freaking beers I gotta come up with. It's
Uh,
crazy. We have so many that we have, and then so many that we just gotta make. And I wish I could just sit here and make all the things that pop. I would be down here at 12 o'clock at night, and I'd be like, "Oh, let's make this. This is awesome."
6 more times.
Yeah, forget it. I'm gonna get 22 on that thing. I don't even have. I have to expand the cold box to actually fit all the taps I want to put on it.
You do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Tonight, just make the whole back of freaking
It's
cold
ever
box. Who
possible.
needs it?
Yeah.
I not.
I got some good food that I would love to make with some cream stouts.
Let's go 50-50 on a cold storage. We'll get a giant cold
Yeah,
storage,
right.
and we'll just fill with that. You can fill with your food, my beers. Forget it. The second New Jersey is a little bit more lenient on restaurants. We're gonna convert that back place. To a restaurant.
Yeah. Well, they're not that not lenient.
They're better now.
Yeah.
It's better now.
I mean, they did change some of the laws with brew pubs
Mhm.
and that with
Yeah,
food
brew pubs
and,
got good.
yeah, with food and beer.
Mhm.
They changed because it used to be you could not have food.
No, not at all.
If you were brewer, you could not have.
You used to
food.
not even be able to play the Super Bowl. That would count as an event. Like if you had a
Yeah.
sports game on, you
Event
couldn't do
license.
this. It was horrible.
Yeah. I
Fucking,
know.
it's crazy.
But they changed that a few years back where they loosened it up a little bit with
Mhm.
food.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to want to do a food truck out in front of a brewery.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's money right there.
Yeah, but it's a lot of food trucks are a lot of work.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
I got one. It's sitting.
It's
sitting.
I may have a friend who want to buy it from me.
Yeah, well,
I'll reach out.
Let me
He doesn't know any better.
let me put this out there. I'm not sure how to say it, but I think Willie knows better than I at this next question.
I was gonna ask. So, how does the number of IBUs in a beer contribute to the flavor profile of the beer?
Oh, it makes it bitter. It's IBU is international bitterness. Now, you can have something that's really high IBUs and it's actually balanced because you have more of a malt. The reason why West Coast Pilsners back in the day used to be super bitter is you have nothing to balance it. You have what do they be 50, 60 IBUs, and then you just have regular Pilsner malt. You're not balancing it. Where you can have you can do an Irish Red or an American Red Ale, and it's gonna have 28 IBUs. But because you have such a strong, sweet, malty backbone to it, all the bitterness just balance it out. You know? I do like myself something bitter every now and then. Every now and then, I like something a little bitter.
Yeah.
But not how they used to be. You used to get a West Coast and it would just be I love it. It's 100 IBUs. I drink this beer and I have an acid reflux the second it's going down.
Yeah.
Only at the mouth.
Right back up as soon as it goes
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
No.
Not anymore. Not
Oh.
anymore.
No thanks.
Oh,
I don't think my stomach lining still recovered from all of that.
Right.
so there's definitely something definitely through the trial and errors. It seems if you got to be careful what you're doing because you never know. Some Has that ever? Hopefully that hasn't been like a common. It's more like
And not common, but it's happened a lot of times. Like I had an intern at my old job, and we were doing a Pilsner, and it's like I told him to add. There was one ingredient I told him to add, and instead of adding that, it was an old recipe. It was like 7 pounds of hops he added at the wrong time. So, your beer goes from pretty mild, not too bitter, to about 7 pounds at the wrong time. It became a bitter bomb. And I was just looking like we were trying. My friend's like, oh, my coworker's like, oh, it's not that bad. Let's try it. And I take a sip of it. I'm like, I can't feel my mouth anymore. It's just
Hello.
no. And we had to end up dumping 10 barrels down the drain. That's never fun.
No.
No.
And you start talking like this, did you tell me stop swearing?
Tom, no. I'll have another, please.
So how long would you have to let something sit before it gets to be the flavor you want? I'm not sure if that's the right type of question, but like
I know what you're getting at.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't know how to ask it.
Depends on the beer, really. Like this beer, like Pilsners and lagers, you have to let them sit at like 30, 34, like almost freezing for like anywhere from 3 weeks if you're cutting corners to 6 weeks if you want a really good beer. But like your IPAs turn over the fastest. That's why you see them all over the place. You just make an IPA.
Pump it up.
Yeah, pump it out the door.
Mhm.
Everyone's going to buy it. Or some people are going to buy it. And then you do it again. They take like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
And the big thing with them though is like, especially with ones that have to stay cold,
Mm-hmm.
like it's either you get them and you have it right away, or you don't buy it, because if you don't have it right away and you make sure it stays cold, it's just going to go bad within like a couple of days.
Well, it doesn't go warm. It's time and light that really makes a
Right.
beer go
Mhm.
bad. That's why everything's in cans now to like get rid of that.
Right.
But like, I mean, he can like change it a little bit, and then it'll go back, and it's not. It'll generally be kind of similar to how it used to be, but
Not quite the same.
yeah, not quite the same. But also like back to the topic at hand, like if you have to do a beer, like lagers are in everyone's mind like they're cheap ingredients. It's not easy to make. They're actually the hardest, but they take a long time. So think about it. You have to pay for all your cooling, your tank space, the time it takes to make it. They're pretty expensive to make, and they take longer. I mean, they're good as shit, though.
Yeah, I'm good. Tastes great.
Yeah, I'll drink them all day.
Hey,
As long as the result of the end game is what you're looking for. That's probably the most important part.
Yeah, that is the entire point.
Well, then it definitely was all worth it.
Yeah, exactly. You can drink it all day.
So what? Besides the whole fourth grade when you guys met, when did you guys actually start doing you recently did an event?
yeah, we did
Over
a
at Brewery.
Wagyu beef dinner. We did in October.
Mm-hmm.
That was our first one together. We haven't
Oh,
done
that
it
was the first
since. Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
haven't done
we're
it
going to
since.
do some more soon.
He keeps saying we're gonna do some more soon.
Mm-hmm. Very soon. There's too much time.
Well, we got a little more into this year. We got a whole 2026 to
I
pull
did
up forward,
do. I will say though, earlier in the year, I did do a beer tasting down at my place with Kevin
Mm-hmm.
and Meredith, and that came out. And that's all little small plates,
Mhm.
and that came out very nice. And so I'm looking forward to doing a few more things, maybe a little
Oh, yeah.
pop up here and there. But I work with restaurants now. I'm not on a line cooking and slaving away over a hot
Yeah,
stove
same.
anymore. But I have my moments and little pop ups like we did here.
Mhm.
That's like my fun time.
Yeah.
That's like when it's all done, we sit down, have a few beers, and relax and laugh and
Mm-hmm.
have a good time and say, until next time, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
What was the best dish you made that you were most proud of?
Not the best. I don't know that there have been anything that's like the best, but I did study after cutting my teeth on classic French cuisine. That's where I apprenticed classic French cuisine.
Okay.
From there, I segued to New Orleans style French, Creole, and Cajun.
Oh my god.
And it's still my first love is those three, French, Creole, and Cajun. And nothing beats especially in the wintertime, a really nice hearty gumbo.
Mm.
I could kill for gumbo right now.
But that,
Yanni, Yanni?
I don't
Oh,
have
sure
any.
that-
Just pull out your little,
But
little slow cooker.
but I mean, since then I have, I do a lot of different things. I do Chinese, Japanese, Spanish from Spain, Spanish from Mexican. One of my big things right now I love to do in the wintertime is a pozole. And it's like you use hominy, which is a limed corn. And that's pretty much your base with your chilies and whatever meat you're gonna put in. I'll do your pork or chicken. And it's like a stew, and you top it with all kinds of different things: shredded cabbage, sliced avocados, radishes, onions, cheeses, whatever you want on top of it. So you got this nice, beautiful bowl or crock of pozole with all these things on it that you're eating through to get to the pozole, and it's just
Well, that sounds.
it's warming, it's hearty, it's like, to me it's like Mexican comfort food. It really is. That with a nice crispy tostada or two on the side, and just go to town. Just have at it.
I am so hungry right now.
Yeah.
When you describe it like that, it's like, when you go to like a restaurant or something, you grocery
Just go
store,
to-
you see it. But when you described it, like you were like digging in somewhere. And I'm not even saying my soul, but you were trying to get to the point of like, this is a good dish.
Well, it's not just a good dish. It's something that you eat it and it fills you, not just your stomach, but it fills you up, and you feel good after eating it. Especially on like a cold day like today, you feel so good after eating it, and it's just like. It's just like, okay, where's the fireplace? Where's the blankie?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
Get
cozy.
more cozy up,
Open up a good book and just sit there and just relax the rest
Where's
of
my
the night.
Snuggie,
Yeah, you Snuggie.
Hey, I'm still using it. My mom
Yeah.
calls me Care Bear, so now, that's kind of that whole little comfortable stuff. Yeah.
Your Snuggies and your ShamWows.
Well, food's
Uh,
also culture. Like that's the big thing I
It
love
is,
about it.
It is, and people don't.
It's an art.
It is. My wife's an artist, and she's always like, "Oh, Kevin, you're an artist." I'm like, I create
Mm-hmm.
good dishes, but I don't see it as art. I see it as, kindness. I see it as fulfilling. I see it as just, I don't know. It's something that's all encompassing. It's not really art, because art is art.
Mm-hmm.
Architecture's architecture, but it's also art.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things that they just fill you. They fill you up, and that's, to me, is really good food, especially comfort foods this time of year. It's my favorite thing.
Oh, yes.
Comfort
absolutely.
foods is just like nice meatloaf.
I haven't had a good meal in a while.
That or like a shepherd's pie.
I love
Ooh.
shepherd's pie.
I make a kill.
That's what I kill for.
I make a
Shepherd's
killer
pie.
Cajun shepherd's pie. I got to meet Paul Prudhomme a few times. He was one of my heroes, and got to meet him in New York a few times. And I have his recipe for Cajun shepherd's pie, and it was insanely delicious. And there's two guys, him and Anthony Bourdain. I spoke with Anthony a couple times, and he was, to me, the embodiment of what a chef really is. And my wife, it's funny, my wife called up on a radio program one morning he was on, and I was reading Kitchen Confidential. And I don't know if any of you ever read it, but it is what happens in a kitchen, a real kitchen. And I was laughing my ass off in bed at night reading this. And she calls up. She heard him on the radio. She calls up and she's like, "Anthony, my husband's a chef. He is such a curmudgeon when he gets home. He's always bitching and hollering, screaming. He's so mad at things that happen during the day. He sits down and reads your book and he just laughs his ass off. I was driving. I heard her talking to him. I'm like, wait a minute, she's talking about me. so I got where this is pre-cell phones or early days of cell phones. I got where I was going. I called him up. I says, Anthony, I'm not a curmudgeon. And he's like, this is Kevin, right? I said, yes, it is. So we had a nice chat, and then spoke to him a couple other times, and he was just like I said, he was so full of just fun and excitement about foods, and not your hotel foods, but you find a little stall back in a back alley somewhere in Bangkok, and that's what you want to eat. And that's why I tell my wife all the time is we travel, we're gonna go find that little food stall in Bangkok, or we're gonna find a little market somewhere in Oaxaca, and that's what we're gonna eat.
There you go.
We ain't going to some touristy restaurant crowd.
Yeah.
Wow. So I want to eat what the locals eat.
Exactly. That's how you get the best dishes. Same with beer. Like you get the best. You're not gonna go to like fucking Budweiser for the best beer.
Oh no.
No. You're gonna go to these like.
Not that there's anything wrong
No.
with Budweiser.
Budweiser's awesome. It's
Don't
the
be
king of
suing us.
beers. Yeah, please don't sue. You have better lawyers than I do. I'm sorry. You're the best. You're the king of beers.
But yeah, it's just you want to go eating and drinking where the locals go.
Yeah.
And just soak up the culture, soak up the neighborhoods and whatever. Even if it's New York City, go find some little neighborhood somewhere.
Little
That's where-
bodega.
yeah, little bodegas or something. That's where you want to go. Little mom and pops places.
Yeah.
Now let me I'm gonna bring on this final question for you guys. I'm gonna start with you. I should start with you. I start with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So what are you looking to see yourself going forward with your chef business, chef consultant? Where do you see yourself going forward?
Oh hell, I don't know. I shift and jive all the time. It's I've owned restaurants. I've worked as a chef in restaurants for people, and now I consult after Sandy destroyed our last restaurant, and I consult, kind of backed into that. I enjoy it. I like seeing people succeed and knowing that I had a hand in it and that I helped them. At the same time, I would say at least once a week, my wife asks me, sure, you'd really like to have your own place again? I'm like, yeah, just a little one, little something I can just have fun with, in addition to helping other people. Just a little something I can continue to have fun with, and like the back area here that's gonna convert into a kitchen one day.
That'd be awesome. Oh, my
Get
God.
ready to work on it.
Oxtail soup for days.
And just like I said, just do what I'm doing, but also have a little side something just to have some fun. Just keep my hand in it on a regular basis, and stay creative, and just let it have fun and see the people who are eating my food.
Mm-hmm.
As Maggie says, just
peek
do
around
it,
the
right?
corner.
Yeah.
Just peek around the corner and watch them eat, and know that, oh God, they're having a good time. I did that.
That's me.
That's me. I did that. They're having a good time. I like that.
What was that thing you mentioned? If you don't have the giggles and goosebumps,
Giggles and goosebumps, man. That's right. We were talking about that one day.
It all
This
comes
is-
around
I-
circle.
That came up earlier today.
I look around the corner, like when we did the Wagyu dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I look around the corner out there and watch them eating and talking and laughing and having a good time. I just get the giggles.
You can't beat it.
I just get the giggles inside. I'm like goosebumpy. I'm like, okay, win. I walk back to my kitchen.
There's no better feeling in the world than someone enjoying something you're doing.
Yeah. it makes it all worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it worthwhile.
Yeah.
So,
What would you say it looks like for you, Al?
Pretty much just we have this beautiful base of all these people who are really, they're enjoying everything that we're doing, and they love coming here. And like I was saying before, it's like Cheers. I see myself just further building on that, like more events, more engagement with the community, and building what they would, not only what they like to see, but what we like to see, and building things that they can be like, oh, I can really get behind that. Like Belford Brewing has been around for 11 years. Like we're now taking it over, but it still has 11 years of history and culture and things that people like to do. And I'm excited to see what we can build up and how the reception with the people is going to be with us, and just take it to the next level. It's all we can really do.
So the process always just keeps going, you know?
It's always changing.
There's always something to do. There's always, improvement. There's always, like things to experiment with.
Yeah.
You never
Add
know.
more time, add more events, add new beers, add new things. Take things that we have that have worked and tweak with them, and really just hit your sweet spot. That's all you can do.
Yep. I tell people if they want to, go through a process where they want to dream or they have a goal they're trying to reach, it's like you have to enjoy the stepping process. Everybody wants to jump from A to Z, but like you got to enjoy everything else in between, because you never know what you might not miss. You don't want to miss out on something that could be very important.
Yeah.
But like I said,
or could send you off in another direction that you didn't know where you wanted to go.
Exactly. Nothing's set in stone.
you could go backwards, but you don't want to do that. So that's why enjoy and learn each step in between from beginning to the end. I mean, I don't believe in limits, but you never know. There's, like I said, you got to explore all different ways. And that's why I love being such in the community that helps thrive and strives off of one another. It's really a good feeling. I mean,
Yeah. I don't believe in an end.
I don't do
You
dead
just-
ends. I never did.
You just keep
Yeah.
keep
If you hit a
moving.
wall here, you go the right.
Yeah, hang a left, hang a right.
Yeah,
see
exactly.
what you get there.
Yeah.
See who you see what you do.
Absolutely. Well, guys, so thank you guys for coming on and talking about your stories, your businesses, and just like, what you want to do going forward. I mean, I definitely see a lot of good things. I enjoy your guys' company. You guys, every time I'm around, I don't have any bad feelings. I don't, see any negative flows. Like, there's always something interesting coming here.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys,
Just
You gotta keep it going,
stay away from Miss Gray.
Yeah, stay away from Chris. She says you won't have that.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for your time and, for being a little open.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
No worries. This is the Motion Podcast, and we're gonna keep the motion going. Good job.
Thank you for those joining, and stay tuned.
We're good.
There we go.